Hi, I'm Phil Constantine. This is Travels with Phil, and for this video, it's the number 2 of the odd, bizarre, strange, unusual, and funny places videos. For this one, we're looking at the world's largest chopsticks, the 1906 earthquake fence, Superman and Lois Lane in Illinois, the Tehachapi 360-degree full train loop, and the Shattuck Windmill Museum. So let's start off with the world's largest chopsticks. This is located up in Washington State, and we'll go over to the video here that I shot there at the scene.
July 26th, 2017, I'm in Long Beach, Washington. As you can see here, the world's largest chopsticks. These are enormous. Take a pretty big hand to handle those. This is outside of a place called Marsh's Free Museum. It says here they are 30 feet long. And not only that, they have all kinds of other stuff here. Across the street, they have the world's largest frying pan. So they're ready for some stir fry here with the world's largest chopsticks and the world's largest frying pan here in Long Beach, Washington, which is in the southwestern corner of the state of Washington. And you can find all kinds of stuff. So you can't say you haven't seen any major cultural activities by watching these videos. From Long Beach, Washington, Travels with Phil. Back to you.
30 some odd feet long. Keep off the chopsticks. These are dinner utensils. All right, our next one is a 1906 earthquake fence. This was offset by 16 feet during the big 1906 San Francisco earthquake, just a little bit north of San Francisco. Here's the video.
Travels with Phil continues on September the 13th, 2017. I am at Point Reyes National Seashore in California, not too far from the visitor center. And this is a unique area. It has lots of things to offer. Sir Francis Drake was one of the first European explorers to discover this place. He landed in this general area somehow or another. But also straddling or coming right through this area is the San Andreas Fault. In fact, these blue poles that you see here, that is the actual fault line. You can see it goes off into the distance. Now, we've all, most of you have heard of the San Francisco earthquake of 1906. Well, that happened on this stretch of the San Andreas fault line. And in fact, it came right through here. Now you can see this fence. This is an old fence that was from the original 1906 earthquake. And if you look over here, there's the rest of the fence. Literally right through here, right exactly where I'm walking, the earth moved 16 feet and offset this section of the fence from this section of the fence here. Now, imagine the kind of force it would take. And we're a good, 30, 40 miles north of San Francisco. So, you know, this, and it did all the damage that it did up in San Francisco. Granted, the fire may have done more damage than the earthquake did. But look at that, just the force it takes to shift the ground from this fence line right here to that fence line right there. 16 feet the earth moved. Now some places it went as far as 20 feet. Holes were created in lots of spots. And there's an entire rift zone up here. If you take a look at the Point Reyes National Seashore just north of San Francisco Bay, you'll see that there's a bunch of water that comes in and then sort of a triangular piece, well, exactly like this. Well, this inlet of water here is because of the San Andreas Fault. This is the North American plate side, and this is the Pacific plate side. And literally we are right about here on the map. And this all shifted this way, 16 feet. Technically, if you look in the very, very far distant future, Los Angeles may move up the coastline and be next door neighbors to San Francisco someday. Although that's a long, long time from now. So from the San Andreas fault line, Travels with Phil continues. Back to you.
Now, I really happen to like geology, so for me, this is really a phenomenal spot. All right, our next odd or unusual place, Superman and Lois Lane from Metropolis, Illinois. Yep, the cartoons had them living in the city of Metropolis. Well, it really is Metropolis, and they've adopted them. Here we go.
There, it's Superman. We're in Metropolis. Metropolis, Illinois. home of Superman. Got the Superman Museum, toy store, Hollywood Museum, all kinds of stuff. But there's the big guy right there. That's more of an original cartoon version. They do have stuff up here for Christopher Reeves and all of the other Reeves and all the other people that have played him. Supergirl, there's even a Lois Lane statue somewhere here in town.
Yes, indeed, there is a Lois Lane, and here it is. Let's go to that video. Well, away we go.
Travels with Phil continues, and this is the statue for Lois Lane, as played by Noelle Neal. Now, Noelle acted in about 100 movies, but she's best known for the TV series The Adventures of Superman, where she played Lois Lane. Nice little setup here. It's a couple blocks down the road from Superman. Here's a little fact for you, trivia for you. Superman's girlfriends all had LL. There was a Lana Lee, there was a Lois Lane, pretty good. Noelle Neal, who played the original TV Lois Lane, similar initials, Clark Kent. I think they would have spelled Clark with a K if they could have gotten away with it. And just to tell you, show you, almost stand out in the middle of the street because it's such a small town. There's Superman right down there.
All right, our next one is the Tehachapi train loop. This is where it goes a full 360 degrees because it's coming out of the plateau, coming into the valley, has to drop down a certain number of feet, and this is how they did it.
September 20th, 2017, Travels with Phil continues in the Tehachapi Pass area, a little bit east of Bakersfield, a little bit west of Mojave. And this is the Tehachapi Loop. You can see one of the markers up here. There's two of them, actually. And this basically says that the grade was so steep out here and they had such a short distance to cover it in, they literally made a loop. And 4,000 feet after passing a certain spot, there's a tunnel, so that there's 77 feet between the beginning and the end of a train, whether they're gaining it or losing it. This was finished in 1876. It was considered to be an engineering marvel. About 3,000 Chinese laborers from Canton, China worked in building this. And as it goes out of the San Joaquin Valley through the Tehachapi Mountains, there's 18 tunnels, 10 bridges, and a bunch of water towers back in the days when they were still using steam engines. And basically, you can see the tracks over here on the right-hand side. They come around this way, loop back around the far side of the hill there, and then come right in front of the hill and move back over here behind the tree, or at least beside the tree, and then in between those two trees up there, sort of where you can see that little bitty booth, is where it goes underneath and then continues out the valley floor in the opposite direction. But this is the famous, or at least semi-famous, famous for engineers and people in the railroad business, Tehachapi Loop, where a train literally circles around and goes back over or under itself, depending on which direction it's traveling in. Travels with Phil, back to you.
Serendipity is my favorite word, and one of the things that I just discovered by accident was the Shattuck, Oklahoma Windmill Museum and Park. A really cool spot, and here's the video I shot there.
April 25th, 2017, in Shattuck, Oklahoma, over toward the Texas Panhandle, not too far from the Oklahoma Panhandle, northwestern Oklahoma. And it's a tribute to the pioneer families who homesteaded, ranched, and brought commerce to this region of the High Plains. And just lots and lots and lots of windmills and a guy with a chainsaw, although that's not part of the museum.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up by clicking on the button below. You're welcome to leave comments below as long as the language is family friendly. And finally, if you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel by clicking the button over on the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you again for watching.